I see now Luca Pancalli, my colleague of the Paralympic. Luca, a lot of persons, IOC members, IOC colleagues, told me that our show was fantastic. Okay, so we can have a future maybe in the theater, not only in Italy, because this could be a show. And the best general secretary in the world of Italian Olympic Committee, the athletes, Carlo Mornati, really thanks, Carlo, for everything. All the battery of the Italian presidents of the federation, starting, of course, from Flavio Roda, Andrea Jost, the Winter Federations, but believe me, as Diana Bianchedi, please, really, to Diana, most than any other person, really clap. Project manager. I spent so many hours, so many days. I lose so many weekends with Diana, with Danilo, with Carlo Mornati, and with Anna De Luca, my assistant. Where are you, Anna? Please, really thanks, Anna. Thanks to be so patient with me, but one of the keys of the victory for me was the day before yesterday, because we changed the presentation. In the specific, the presentation of the afternoon. We changed it and we put a lot of values with passion. We started to enter with my words and then to leave the floor to the institutions, of course, say thanks to the President of the Republic, because since the first day, he was really close with me, with the Italian Olympic Committee, with the government, with the regions, and we have a fantastic President of the Republic. And then I asked to everybody to close with these fantastic young athletes, women. They are really the best cards of our country. And I'm so proud that Arianna Fontana, Michela Moioli, Sofia Goggia, and the Confortola, they were the real protagonists for me of, I don't know, maybe one, maybe several votes after our presentations. Because what we have done this afternoon, representing perfectly the images of my country, of our country, and I'm really proud. The last consideration, thanks to the veterans of IOC, my father, my brother, Franco Carraro and Mario Pescante. Thanks to Manuela Di Centa, thanks to Ivo Ferriani, thanks to all the international presidents of federations. All of them were here with the, I finished, sorry, chirurgical outcome, chirurgical objective. And as a surgeon, I asked them to go in the specific direction of a single IOC member. We studied it in all the details. This is important, really thanks. I was so happy, I'm so honored, and really thanks to all of you, because I think that especially in Italy, press, media were always really positive and close with us. Really thanks.
Thank you, President Malago. I think we better actually go to some questions now, if that's okay with the top table here. Let's start with Reuters down here, Carlos Grohmann.
Carlos Grohmann, a question for the President. Mr. President, what do you think, obviously you can't decide, you can't say who voted for who, but what do you think was the deciding factor in this decision, given that the Swedes had bid unsuccessfully 7 times before? Thank you.
Well, you say it correctly. I cannot look into the heads of my colleagues, but gathering a little bit the atmosphere when leaving the room, my assumption is that what was key and what was finally made the difference was the gap in the public support, the 83 to the 55%. That this was for many members a clear signal, and you know, public support often goes hand in hand then also with political support. And this was maybe also the reason then why the city of Stockholm was not ready to sign the host city contract. We can speculate there a long time, but I think it was a great race. It was a close race, and again for the IOC a very comfortable one because two great traditional winter sport countries. For us, it was really a great situation.
Okay, Ed Hula over there from Around the Rings, and then we'll go to Wakako.
Good evening. Hello. I'm over here. There we go.
Huh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good evening. Congratulations to you. 7 years is a long time from now. You are enjoying public support, government support at this stage, the honeymoon stage. What happens in the years ahead to keep that public enthusiasm strong, to keep the government committed to this project and to work with you up until 2026?
It's very simple. Our slogan was dreaming together. Now, our slogan is working together. That means that since tomorrow, we have to put in place, put on the table a new entity. The new entities that we have presented in this afternoon, this morning, all together with the Olympic Committee, Italian Committee, with the region, with the municipalities, with the government, with strong, important manager that help us. And the first step, sure, la loi olympique qui pourra être approuvée dans les prochains mois par le Parlement italien. On peut le faire avec un décret effectif qui sera converti en loi dans 60 jours. C'est-à-dire qu'avant la fin de l'année, nous serons déjà opératifs pour donner les réponses que vous attendez.
Just sorry, I forgot two persons about faith and about, yes, the complicity. One is Maurizio Fugatti, President of the region Trentino, and then Arno Compacer, President of region Bolzan. In Italy, Trentino Alto Adige is just one region, but for the sport, this is a very curious situation. There are two different areas. Really thanks, Maurizio. Really thanks, Arno.
Okay, we got time for probably a couple of more questions. Let's go to, Wakako just there, behind you. Yeah, just over here to the left.
Thank you. Wakako Yuki from Yomiuri Shimbun. Questions to President Bach. Here, President, in the middle, in the back.
How is your mother?
Father is in Vancouver. Mother is well. Thank you. Both cities told us that they may not have been here had it not been for the new flexibility of the IOC. Would you also call this a victory of the Agenda 2020, a new norm? Also, when you are listening to the presentation of Stockholm Mall, Madame Gunilla Lindberg was suggesting that they were expecting for the IOC to embrace further flexibility. Where does the line should be drawn, especially in terms of financial guarantees? Thank you.
Thank you very much. With regard to the first part of your question, these two candidates have clearly demonstrated that with the Olympic Agenda 2020 reforms, we are on the right track. And we had, similar comments there already for the Games in 24 and 28 for the Olympic Games. So this is a confirmation for our reforms. But reforms always have to continue in our fast-changing world. You will not arrive at a moment where you can say, now we have reformed and we lean back. And then the next reforms may come in 5 or 10 or 20 years. This is why already now we want to undertake the next step of reforms with regard to the election procedure. And there, I think today's election was a clear indication that this new approach to elect their host city, the more targeted one, the more direct one, can address some of these issues and can prevent there from having somebody who is not winning in such a race, even when having an excellent candidature. I cannot, with regard to the second part, I cannot comment on each single comment in a campaign speech. That is a presentation. I can only say that the IOC, with the election thereof Milan and Cortina, is walking the walk, because you see there that Milan Cortina, with 90% of existing and temporary facilities, is making much more use of temporary and existing facilities than, for instance, Stockholm, which has only 75% of existing and temporary facilities. So it was a choice between two candidates, fully embracing, benefiting and making use of the reforms and the flexibility of Olympic Agenda 2020.
Okay, we're going to take one more question, I think. Duncan Mackay, maybe two quick ones, if we could. Duncan Mackay there, and lady just in front.
Duncan Mackay, Inside the Games. Can I ask President Malaga and perhaps the Mayor of Milan, what was the difference between this bid and the two bids from Rome that collapsed so spectacularly without any public or political support?
Comincia te, va? No, vai, vai. Tu hai dato fiducia, Roma no.
I mean, let me try to explain. Not simple, and probably I'm putting on the table my future political career. No, Milan and Rome now are so different, but the most important thing is that the basic structure of services are different in terms of public transportation, in terms of waste collection, in terms of medicine and so on. We made a progress in the last 20 years, which is impressive. And we had the opportunity with Expo to test those progress. And a second reason is that in Milan, the collectivity is always on board. So when we have the opportunity to work in a common partnership between public and private, we work on that. My hope is that we will see an improvement in Rome, because we love Rome. I spent some years of my life in Rome, but I mean, Milan is more solid. At the end of the day, it is more solid. So probably they made a mistake giving up with the process, but who knows? For sure, now we are here, I'm so satisfied. So my personal target is to work for the city and to support the city until 2026. Not personally me, probably who know. To be honest, my mandate will end on 2021, but I couldn't make another mandate that should finish on May 2026. So who knows? So I'm very, very satisfied. But let me say, our country needs Rome, and we want to work together with this extraordinary city, which is Rome.
In other words, concerning me, as the question was initially titled to me, is very simply that the mayor of Milano and the mayor of Cortina gave me faith, and the mayor of Rome, Virginia Raccia, didn't give me faith. This is the truth.
Okay, I think on that harmonious note for Milan Cortina, we will call an end to the press conference. Thank you very much, everyone, and congratulations to Milan Cortina.
Can I get your microphone? Can I get your microphone? Yeah. Thank you.